Well, hey everybody, it's your good buddy 650 here. Welcome home to the channel. In today's episode of the new bike build series, Zak the Master Mechanic is going to install two parts onto our beautiful 2023 BMW S 1000 RR that's going to make the bike stand out and look different from a stock machine. And then one of the parts, it's going to improve its overall performance. Keep watching to see what he does, but this is leading up to us offering that motorcycle to one of you outstanding people for viewing the video. Information on how you can win one of our motorcycles is always the first link in the description of my videos. Come join our Patreon family and you might just ride away on our beautiful S1000 RR. All right, I'm gonna pack the machine up into the trailer and head over to Sills Motor Sales to check in with Zak the Master Mechanic. So Zak, we got some simple stuff to do today?
Yeah, we're just gonna do a quick little, might wind up being a two-parter, but we got some cool stuff to install still. We're gonna get rid of the giant ears, even though they are useful and don't bother me that much, and put on some super sleek Rizoma. We've used them before. They wind up looking like a winglet and they fold up into a mirror.
Yes.
So we'll show how to get them on. We're not gonna do the turn signal install today though, but I was looking on the Rizoma website to see where they recommend putting the turn signals, and they do actually have it set up to mount down in here. Oh. So we'll give that a shot next time when we have the fairings off. Yeah. And we're gonna get some carbon fiber frame covers, and we have the badge holders here. So we're just waiting for those frame covers to show up. Yes. And then we'll jump in and do that. So today we're just gonna get the mirrors on, and I got an Alpha quick shifter. Oh, nice. So we'll get the quick shifter on and can show how that sounds, and we'll set up a pit lane speed limiter and show what that sounds like too. Okay. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm actually surprised in the devotion to accuracy department that no one called me out. I didn't put the rubber well nuts on the outside of the windscreen. I put them in behind here. Oh. So technically it wasn't holding the windscreen on correctly. I mean, it's not gonna go anywhere, but usually someone catches on to that kind of stuff in the video. So this is supposed to, I was too excited that I just got it to fit in there. This goes through the windscreen first. And gives it an extra layer to pinch against. All right, so I got the windscreen off, got our turn signals unplugged. We showed this last week while we were changing that nose to carbon fiber. And pull the mirrors off. Reason we didn't do the mirrors last week is I was hoping to do the mirrors, turn signals, and the carbon all at one time, but our plans have been thwarted, so we got to do something. And these are really a nice product. I mean, even the packaging, picture of what you've gotten. Yep. You got a code you could scan if you want. And look at that. Some laser cut foam. Nice and thick. Yeah. So nice that it's very hard to get out with one hand. Yeah. There it is. That's how precisely cut it is. Wow. And even they put a cover over it. Yeah, it's over the mirror. So when you get Rizoma stuff, always make sure you dig through the whole packaging. There's usually either some kind of technical specification and sometimes other parts that you may not even realize were in there. These just happen to be some rubber gaskets that fit underneath the mirror so that it doesn't scratch the paint of the fairing. They just fit like so. So not the end of the world if you wouldn't have seen them, but always nice to use everything that's supplied. And then these fit perfectly into our stock position, and you just use the stock nuts that you took off the mirror and you can just tighten them back up on. Super easy to install. Yeah. If you think of it, ProTide does make bolts or nuts. You could get whatever color they have available, natural blue or red. Yep. So, or they don't have red, do they? No, gold. Gold, yeah. Yep. And just like it showed on their website, they just flip up so that they can be used as a mirror. And you can get a little peek of what's going on behind you. Yes. You do have to move around a little bit, but you can get to see like what's directly behind you. You can definitely see what's a lane over, but it does kind of look right at your shoulder. Yeah. A little. You have to move out of the way. But still better than having nothing. Exactly. And they look great. And they're not sticking out like a bar end. Right. And yeah, they kind of dual function as an extra winglet. All right, we got our Alpha Racing quick shifter here. Nice because it is black in color, has a cool little light on it, and does make your shifts just that much faster. It is milliseconds, but you can feel it. It's a little bit subtle in my opinion, but it is noticeable. They come with this long extension on it. I don't know why. It also, so when you order it, if you have stock rear sets or you have Light Tech rear sets, you need to get the shorter one. And in my experience, this is still too long. We wind up cutting one part of this, but we'll try it again. Okay. Maybe it changed. So basically what we're gonna check before we change this. So we're set up in GP shift now. It doesn't really matter if you're set in GP shift or regular shift, but we want to keep our, that's not going to work.
Okay.
We want to keep our shifter at the same height so that it feels the same while we're shifting with our foot.
Yes.
And we both like the way this is set.
Yep.
So we're going to get a measurement here of to the top of that chrome. Nah, what's a good solid number? Yeah, 14 to the top of that chrome we could go with.
Yep.
And we just pop our connector. Need a screwdriver. It's one of the 2-part connectors. We have to raise that up and then press in on it and lift up. It still amazes me that you can literally go from GP shift to standard shift just by moving one bolt.
Yes.
And it quick shifts and auto blips, and you don't have to teach anything back in.
Brilliant.
Like, it really is. It's pretty amazing. I mean, years ago to do that, you would have had a teach-in procedure, need the correct sensor. It would be a push instead of a pull. Now it just figures it all out. I actually kind of don't know how.
Wow.
It works. Got a different fastener down here because we have the Locktite rear sets installed. Just so we could have some pretty rad over there, right?
Yes.
And more carbon. Just everything could just fall. That's what I was trying to do. Yeah, so this is our stock quick shift auto blipper unit. I think it's like 800 bucks. Don't really see them fail too often. If they do, it's usually because something hit it or it got in an accident, and this is actually separated.
Okay.
Other than that, they seem to be pretty tough, durable units.
Yeah.
So best way to start then is just try to match this length as best as possible. I think what I did last time was actually cut the top one, because this goes in all the way, I think. Let's see. We've definitely done this before. I'm sure there's more precise videos on this from us even. Yeah, so this one threads in all the way, and then that'll thread in all the way. But it's not much, but it is just a hair too long. And it would be very noticeable if we were to put this on here. Let's see. Yeah, that puts us at like 14 3/4, so it's a pretty big difference.
Yes.
So we need to make this shorter.
By 3/4.
Yeah. Now there's metal flying.
Yes.
Well worth the time to change the blade.
Yes.
Okay, and then the reason I've backed the nut on there is I can spin it. You can see it's not perfectly straight here, but I can spin it over what I just cut. I might have to use a wrench or a pair of pliers, but it'll actually clean the threads up for me so that it'll go into the quick shifter unit nicely. Grab the handy thread file. Now let's try again. Much easier.
Yes.
And that should thread into our quick shifter body real nice. Right at our 14, pretty much nailed it. So now we need to tighten all these connections. I'm gonna pull it back apart and put blue Loctite on everything. This is something that you don't want to be loose at all. It'll cause you all kinds of headaches if any of these joints are loose. You'll hit a bump and your bike will cut out and just all kinds of weird issues. So blue Loctite is your friend, and tightening the lock nuts correctly. So we can tighten this top one first, just hold the body, and that should allow it to wiggle where we want it. And then this actually has a flat on it, which is also about a 10. I don't think a 9 will fit. Oh, a 9 does fit, so it's a 9. So we want to hold that, and while we're holding that body, tighten this nut, and then tighten this nut. It should still wiggle at the end, like so. But now all our connections here are tight. Nothing can wiggle and nothing will come loose. That's what's important.
I see the light.
Oh, is it
It's
lit
faint,
up?
but yeah, but you can see
yeah.
it. Yep.
There it is. It is faint. So I don't know, I guess that's our check real quick. And now we'll take it out on the roadway, make sure it works. And oh yeah, let's show them how to set up the pit lane speed limiter.
Yeah.
And it's just in settings. So if you have like a road that the speed limit's always 25 miles per hour on or 35 miles per hour on, what it is when you're in first gear, you can hold the starter in and it says pit lane speed limited, and you can twist the throttle all the way and it hits this cool rev limiter.
Yeah.
But just be careful when you let off the button, it will shoot you at whatever throttle position you're at, so it launches you off.
Yeah.
But it sounds really cool, so we're gonna do a flyby of that. So what we do is we get into vehicle settings, and then pit lane limiter is off right now. We're gonna turn that on.
Yep.
And then, or was it on? It was on. Configuration. So 4800 is 33 miles per hour. So we'll try, well, let's leave it at, we'll do 48. We'll leave it at 33. I'll come by the shop at 33. So you just go, okay, back it off, and now it's set.
What a big difference those beautiful Rizoma stealth mirrors make to the appearance of any motorcycle, particularly our beautiful 2023 S1000 RR. Zak the Master Mechanic did a wonderful job installing them on the machine, and also installing our beautiful Alpha Racing quick shift unit with its gorgeous green LED light right there that I love looking at when I'm riding next to somebody that has this installed on the bike. And it makes a big difference when you're talking about the overall performance of an already great and seamless quick shift and auto blip unit. This Alpha Racing just makes it that much better. Absolutely love it. Have it on my beautiful M1000 RR. And yeah, this bike is coming along really, really nicely. But we're not done. We have a lot more carbon fiber to install into the machine. These, what used to be called badge holders right here on the side, they should have never placed filthy, ugly, disgusting plastic on the side of this machine. And we're gonna get these replaced in carbon as well. Carbon fiber frame covers on the machine. It's gonna look outstanding. We might even throw on some carbon fiber swing arm covers that'll make the bike look great too. So keep watching. We're not done building this bike up, but when we are finished, we're going to offer it to one of you outstanding people viewing the video. Information on how you can win this bike, always the first link in the description of every single video on my YouTube channel. We got some amazing bikes. It's super late at night, but I'm out here in the garage just admiring these beautiful, beautiful machines. Stay tuned for a full walk around of all of my bikes and the new additions to the stable, the beautiful GLS 63 AMG. And when I get my Z06 back from getting its tire replaced, that will be in the garage as well. Okay, folks, thanks for viewing. We'll catch you next time on the 650EB YouTube channel.